Hello. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is really important in your everyday life, in your business, in building your business, keeping your business going, in just even your personal life, and the things that you do throughout your day, your week, your month, your year. And that thing is, what do you think? What do you think it is? Something that's really important to do to make sure that you're clear on what needs to be done, clear about what you're doing, clear about your path, clear about where you're heading, clear about your journey. What do you think that that might be? Please drop in the chat your, question, your answer, your, comment, your opinion. Let me know what it is that you think. And I will tell you what it is that I am wanting to talk about today. And I think it's really important. And I don't know that people really give it a lot of credence. They don't give it a lot of thought. And I didn't either. I knew that there were some things that I did, but I have a better way of checking out what's happening with me and my day and the things that I'm doing during the day, in my business, in my life, every day, and the different things that I do. So, okay, I'm not seeing any comments right now, so I'm going to go on and tell you. Today, we're going to be talking about what's so important about evaluation. And I've got my notes down here. What's so important about evaluation in your day, your week, your month, your morning, your afternoon, whatever it is? What's so important about evaluating those things? What if I could give you 3 points to consider that would make you maybe kind of take and mull it over and think about it and see you may already be involved in some form of evaluation of what you do. You just haven't called it evaluation. I didn't call it evaluation when I recognized that there was something that I didn't like within myself. And so I wanted to change that. And I asked people what they thought, people that I respected, people that I cared about and wanted to know their opinion of me. And so then from that, I took that information and decided change was necessary. So it's a form of evaluation. And what I have today is what I have learned in the community that I spent a lot of time in the company that I joined, which is where I started out being online and being able to get prospects, leads, and sales. And it's just, it's a different way of looking at things as far as our business is concerned, the industry is concerned. It's updated, modernized tips and strategies. And basically, it is the philosophy of attraction marketing. But today, I want to center on evaluation. So before I get any further along, because I will forget to introduce myself, I'm going to go on and do that now. So for those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help entrepreneurs and business builders to use social media to be able to bring a business online, use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business and to grow that business and just continue because that's what we want. We want continued growth. We want continued, bringing people in and only though not everybody, right? And not just anybody, but those people that we want to help. So, and I do that in a number of ways. I do that by going into attraction marketing and that philosophy and those things. I go into video marketing. I go into lead generation, strategies, tips, and all modernized and things um, that work for today for people. It's important. It's more about the people that we want to reach, the people that we want to help, compared to what it was back in the day. Now, I'm not saying that that way doesn't work. I'm just saying that it didn't work for me, so I had to find something different. And I love what I do now. I like being able to come online and be able to share information, give value to those people that I know are like me, single parent, disabled, and at that age where you would be maybe retiring, but then you find that you don't have enough to really do that. And so it's just a lot involved, and those are the people that I like to try to speak to and help and let them see that there is another way and that we can make it through this. So basically that is what I do. That was a long way around, and I'm sorry. Got a little bit. I get, for those of you that know me and those of you who are new to coming and listening to me, I do get a little long-winded because I want to make sure that it's understood what I'm talking about. I just, get that where keep going, make sure they understand, make sure, break that down some more or whatever. But I'm sorry, and I digress. So let me just go on back to our topic of evaluation. Now, since I have been in this company, this community that I'm in, I learned a way of evaluation through two of the leaders that were here in the company, or mentors, or both, and that is Blair and Melissa Dunkley. And they taught a way of evaluation to our leaders and mentors, and then they taught it to us. And I just, when I first heard it, I thought that's pretty good. But I was like, but you don't get to, because it has certain stipulations, and it keeps you from, making yourself the blame. It keeps you from, going overboard on, oh, I had a great day today, I did this and that, yeah. And then on another day, you might, oh, the whole bottom fell out of the day. It was a horrible day. I did so bad, and you're beating yourself up. This evaluation doesn't allow you to do that. And so I'm going to share that with you. But I want to also share, it's called the 3-2-1 method. I don't know any other name that I'm sure there's probably a more professional name for it, but I learned it as the 3-2-1 method of evaluation by Blair and Melissa Dunkley. And when I talk about the things to consider, one of the main things about this type of evaluation, and like I said, it can be used for anything, your day, your week, your month, your year, your quarterly, in your business. You can use it in your everyday life, and just, what's happening in your home, in your family. Is there something that maybe you could, sit with your mate and your children and maybe talk about? Okay, I'm noticing this, and and we want to keep our family together and loving and caring about each other, and this is what I'm seeing, and this is what I'd like us to work on. You know what I mean? So it can be used in several different ways. But one of the main things of this is, which for me was maybe a little difficult, but as I continue to progress and use it, it's not as hard, but taking the emotion out of it, taking the emotion out of what you're evaluating. Because when you're in emotion, you're not clear. You're bogged down in those emotions, and you have difficulty being able to see something and be able to evaluate it in a good and fair and in a better way than if you were crying or angry, or so you have to take the emotion out of it. So that's number one. When you take the emotion out of it, when you get ready to do your evaluation, that's really important. So that allows you to be able to then take whatever it is and go through these steps. So these steps are, it's three things that you did well or right. Well, we won't say right. I hate to say right and wrong. So three things that went well or that you did well. Two things that didn't go as well. And one thing that you might do differently. So it's 3, 2, and 1. And I remember when I first learned it, I kept trying to add on stuff. And I had to they were like, no, Cherie, that's not the way it goes, And of course I did have emotion in it. And I was, and they were like, you have to take the emotion out of it, Cherie, so on and so on. So I did, and I do pretty well with this now. And I am able to take the emotion out of it. And if I can't, then I step away and I sit and I allow myself to feel the emotion of whatever. And then I take the emotion out, and then I go to evaluate it. Because if you can't give yourself a moment to get out of the emotion of it, then you're not going to do yourself any good. So in doing this, it's like, so when whatever, say today or yesterday, I had a lot of difficulty. I had a doctor's appointment. I came back, I could hardly see, or was that the day before? I think I just had trouble seeing both days, but the doctor's appointment was Tuesday. Anyway, I had a lot of difficulty when I got back home, because I could still, it's like I could see to drive, but like the lights were, because my pupils were really dilated, and I was having difficulty. And I had to later on evaluate what could I have done, and those, using those three things that I gave you, the three things that worked, three things that didn't work, what might I do differently? And I had to, because yesterday, not yesterday, but that day at the doctor's was very emotional. And so it made it hard for me, but I did finally get myself to where I could evaluate what I did, and how things went, and I didn't beat myself up. So when you do this, you say, okay, three things, only three things, not four things, not five things, three things that went well. So I got up early and was able to get my day started. That's one. I was able to accomplish such and such, and got got a customer, or I got someone, I got a compliment or whatever. So two things there. Here's number three. Number three could be, I got done early and was able to spend some time hanging out with my kids. Okay, so three things that went well. And then you go to the two things that maybe didn't go so well. Well, for me, let's say my two things would be that didn't go so well was that my eye was burning, and I had difficulty seeing. So that was one thing that didn't go well, the eye thing. The other thing that didn't go well might have been something like, as I was trying to get everything ready, I got on StreamYard, which is the platform that I'm on as I do my recordings, and I found, and my shirt was shining like, and I was like, okay, nope, wrong color shirts. I had to go run, take off that shirt, come back, put on another shirt so that it wasn't flashing, because that's just the way it is when you're using a background, and I got a backdrop back here. So when you're doing that, and you're using a green screen or whatever, then it causes some issues depending on what you have. So those are the two things that didn't go well. And then one thing that I might do different is give myself more time to make sure that what I'm wearing is going to work with the camera. So, and that's one thing that I did different today. So basically, and it may not be as fun as that, to be able to get those. It may be some rough stuff, but with the three things that went right, you're lifting yourself up. With the two things that didn't, no, I'm sorry, not right, but went well, you're lifting yourself up. With the two things that didn't go so well, you're not beating yourself up or beating yourself down, adding more to it. It's just two. And then one thing that you might do differently, and you can state that and then be able to move on and keep going. And not, I have here number two, main thing, don't beat yourself up, because we're all human. We all make mistakes. There are things that we, do that we're like, oh boy, did I just do that? Or did I just say that? Or whatever. We're all human. And this is live video, so stuff is going to happen. I mean, one day I looked, and because this is like just my backdrop, and the backdrop was like up like this or something. And I was like, oh no. And I didn't see it in time. I didn't see it until like, it was like too late when I saw it. Now I can't straighten it back out. But when I saw it, it was already too late. So it's like, so next time, one thing you might do differently is to make sure of what your backdrop's doing. So it just depends. So the other thing here, the third thing, and one of the most important things, is that it allows you to be able to make changes. It allows you to have clarity. And in that clarity, you can make good choices on what you might do differently, what might work better. And as you're looking at the things that didn't go well, okay, so it's a couple of things. This is what I could do instead of such and such. You're still into that last part of what might I do differently. But you don't want to barrage yourself with a whole bunch of things. It allows you to evaluate yourself and to be able to evaluate your day or whatever, to be able to then go from there and not be down here, but to be up here, be lifted, and stay positive. Make good choices and move on. So that is basically all. I'll say these the three things just real quick. So remember, in this evaluation tool, three things that went well, two things that didn't go as well, one thing you might do differently. And that is Blair and Melissa Dunkley's tool for evaluation, to keep you out of negativity and to help you to stay lifted. So that is it. I am not seeing any questions or comments or anything in the chat. I hope that this was helpful for you. I hope that you do see that you can use it in almost anything that you're doing, whether that's business, whether it's in your everyday life. And I hope that it was helpful. I hope that it was truly value, something that you can take and say, okay, let me try this and see if this really works for me. And that's why I've started saying consider, and, because I'm not trying to beat anything into you or, beat you into submission, doing things my way. I just want to give you something that can help you maybe make your day, and by making your day better, make somebody else's day better. So that is it. That is all I have for today. It's Friday here, and I hope that everyone has a great and wonderful Friday, and then your weekend, that you're able to do the things that you need to do and want to do, and that you have a little bit of fun and self-care in there as well. So I'm going to do some housekeeping things really quick. So remember, keep your notifications on so you know when I'm going live. Remember that we're still walking through the stuff we're walking through. And so follow the CDC guidelines as best you can to take care and keep safe your family, your friends, and others. Also, remember there are people out there that are isolated. So a text message, phone call, email, or even trying to get them on a Zoom might really brighten their day. And for those of you who pray like I do, please remember to lift us and our world in prayer as we continue to walk through the stuff we're walking through, remembering that we're all in this together and that we can make it through on the other side. There's going to be casualties. That's just kind of the way it is, but we can make it through to the other side. And that's let me just stop it there. So wherever you are in the world, no matter what time it is for you, whether it's morning, afternoon, evening, nighttime, sleepy time, always make it the best that you can make it. Always be the best that you can be. God bless you. God keep you. I will see you again on Monday at our usual time, 12 noon. And I usually go Monday through Friday, 12, and I will see you then. And I'll have a different topic. So we'll talk soon. Bye.